Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, and thank you for tuning into this installment of the Autism Hangout feature program series, Moving Out, where all of us that have kids on the spectrum are looking for the next point in life, hopefully someplace that's warm and inviting and rewards them for the gifts that they already have. With me today are two people from ACR Homes. Just to make sure I get your names right, let's go ahead and introduce yourself. In the beautiful pink shirt we have
Annie Giddings.
Okay, Annie, thank you for being here. And in the beautiful red,
I am Deb Nygaard.
Give me a brief description of ACR Homes.
We have been around for over 30 years, and we have 52 group homes throughout the Twin Cities. Mostly four-person homes, and we've kind of niched ourselves in the care of people who have higher needs, either higher medical needs or higher behavioral needs.
Most of your residents then, can you describe them for me, which groups they represent?
We do have several homes for people who have autism. A couple of them are children's homes. This particular home that we're at now, that Annie supervises, the kids are aging up.
As part of your history, I know 30 years of history, it was started by a psychologist named Jim Nelson. Okay.
Jim and Dorothy own the company. It was really for people who are developmentally disabled. They started it in a farmhouse. They had 6 people living with them in the farmhouse with 1 bathroom. That's their favorite joke. They've never departed from the live-in model. And so as they've built ACR, we have live-in supervisors at our homes.
And over the course of 30 years, you went from 1 home to how many homes?
52.
52. And along the way, you've picked up people with Alzheimer's, people with other disabilities, and now that you're focusing on autism, we're here today to talk about what the service that you offer for kids on the spectrum. Do you call these things group homes?
Call them group homes.
How do you determine if somebody's qualified to come? What do you look at?
It's all about fit. And so if we have an opening in one of our homes, we want somebody who's going to fit in.
The structure itself, do you pay attention to the lighting, the hallways? What attributes of the house have been modified or changed that makes it better for them?
With the lighting, we do have lights that all dim. They can all go up or down, whether we need it to be more light or if we need to calm things down a little bit, then we can turn the lights down. We do have, one of our residents has speakers in her bedroom because she did really well with music, and with the music therapy she was doing, needed to have a place where she could listen to music, but she couldn't handle headphones. She didn't like having headphones on her head, so we put the speakers in her room so that that place could be a place where we could turn music up really loud or have it really quiet. We have this room, which is where a lot of our music and TV and all that kind of stuff is, but then in the next room there's a swing.
I know you've been very attentive to things too, like hallways or which way doors open. Can you talk a bit about that?
We had an extra wide bathroom door in a home that was wheelchair accessible, and having to step back into the bathroom to allow that would make behaviors just escalate. We had to turn the door around, have it open into the hallway. Sometimes getting trapped in a hallway with somebody coming and somebody going can really set people off. And so, we typically try to have wider hallways. We don't always succeed. We're stuck with a house we can find on the market that we can remodel and renovate.
A spectrum is a big thing. There's people that have a lot of cognitive difficulty, a lot of physical issues, all the way up to high-functioning autism. Do you specialize in one area of the spectrum or the other?
This house focuses on those that have their lower cognitive functioning, but they have a lot of the sensory deficits and they need the sensory support. They need a very structured routine to make their day function and flow.
Many of the people that work with our special kids have the skills of an empath, so apparently you do, just being able to watch and sense and know what's going on. Okay, you are Minnesota-based now.
We are.
Are you looking at possibly expanding nationally?
I don't think so. You can't be all things to all people, and if we get too big and too broad where we can't have our hands on it.
Are you looking at expanding other homes on the spectrum? Right now you're working with more lower functioning. Are you looking at expanding into higher functioning homes?
I don't know if I would call them homes. Department of Human Services doesn't want more group homes. And so I think we're looking into some alternatives to that, whether it be through shelter needy funding or maybe apartment settings or less congregate living, but where an individual might be their own leaseholder in an apartment and have support coming in. And support might be 24 hours a day or it might be less.
Can you give me a brief tour?
Love to.
Okay, great. How many homes do you have now that are designed for people that are on the spectrum?
We have 3 homes that were designed specifically for kids with autism.
And this particular home hosts how many people?
4.
4. Okay, great. Show me the home. It's beautiful so far.
Yeah.
Well, this is our sunroom. This is where a lot of our TV and music activities go on. Things where we can be loud and have fun in here.
Okay.
It's a very popular room too.
This is the most popular room in the house.
I'll bet.
It's been
We've got sensory equipment stacked all over the place.
We've got a tube that we use for if they need like a small enclosure space. We have body socks in our toy cabinet where if they need that sensory kind of hug almost, we use that. When we go back into a hallway, we have mats back there for like giving deep pressure if it's needed. This is our living room area. This is where it's usually a little bit quieter. We have a swing in here for residents that like the motion of swinging. All the lights in the house have dimmers on the switch so that we can dim the lights down if we need it to be a little bit less light in here. So. And like Deb was saying about the hallways earlier, all these rooms, there's no hallways joining them. It's just kind of a threshold into the next room. So there's just one hallway that goes back to all the bedrooms.
Yeah, and it's wide open. It's aesthetically, it's very pleasing. You've got somewhat muted colors, and it's very structured. There's lots of lines, but at the same time, those lines are balanced.
This is just our dining room area. Kind of gets used as a sensory room too. We'll put paint or shaving cream on the table and use that as kind of a place to do sensories.
Do the people here have an opportunity to eat with each other?
Yep, they all eat together at the kitchen table. We do a community style dinner.
I wanted to point out too in our kitchen and dining room that the people who live here can walk from room to room without meeting barriers. Running into their housemates, which sometimes is a target.
I noticed too that there's no carpeting.
They're just kind of modified to what the residents need. So this is the first bedroom.
This person's into trains and planes.
Yes.
We have taken precautions for this person to pad sharp corners. It included the window sills. We have plexiglass to prevent injury from the glass there. The bed frame is lowered to the ground, and then this is padded as well. All of the furniture in here doesn't have hard edges. It's all soft.
Excellent.
The headboard here looks attractive. It's professionally done. It's suede type of material. And you can't hurt yourself on it.
And then here's another, we use this for communication. To try and have him be able to use that to give us his voice when it's time to go to the bathroom. So.
Oh, a nice big bathroom too.
Yeah, yep.
So it's one at a time even though you have the dual sinks?
Yep.
Okay, I noticed the tub is a whirlpool tub. Do the kids take whirlpools?
Yeah, there's one resident who really enjoys having a whirlpool bath.
Does this house have 2 bathrooms or just the one?
There's actually 2. There's another one in the back.
Oh my, what a beautiful room.
We needed to have a bigger bed for this client.
He's tall and likes to sleep horizontally and was just falling out of bed. His blankets were falling off, so we just modified it so he would sleep better at night. And
oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. How comfortable.
yeah.
This is just absolutely beautiful.
And each room is unique to kind of the residents, and not all the rooms are different. They don't all have the same stuff and same decor, same bed or everything. It's all very different and very unique for them. And this room's had the most modifications done just for behavioral reasons. So just to kind of keep her safe, and so she had a safe place to go.
This is the padding we've seen in the other room, and this is covered with suede?
Yep.
Okay.
It's on the back of the doors too.
This is a 1-level rambler, and so the basement is...
As a supervisor, live in the basement.
The live-in model is actually, it's great. I did it for 9 years, so Annie gets her apartment for free.
Where can people go to find more information about ACR Homes?
We have a website, acrhomes.com.